I actually see our pilots sitting at a Chick-fil-A, like having lunch because our flight was delayed. So I sit down and I say, okay, well, this might seem weird, but I never get to talk to the pilots on my plane. I'm just curious, what's your favorite thing about being a pilot? And they started telling me all these amazing things, like, they've got the best window office on planet Earth, right? Then I asked them, so why did you get into this career? What was fascinating, Brad, is I didn't realize this, but you have to decide a long time ago to do that job. And so many of them were like, well, I've been wanting to do this since I was a kid. Third question I asked them was, so what's the hardest part about being a pilot? And they all started talking about the same thing, which is how much they miss back at home for their work. And then one pilot gets really excited and he's like, nope, not this year. This is the first time in 12 years I get to be home for Christmas Day. And my heart breaks for this guy. I'm like, this is what their life is like. I get on the plane and I pull out my stationery and then the cards kind of wrote themselves. And I said, dear pilot, it's probably strange to receive a thank you card from a passenger. But I said, I was boarding the plane today. I was thinking about how much I'm going to miss my family on this trip. And then I realized this is what you do every day for your job. I can't imagine how many birthdays, anniversaries, or special events you've sacrificed for your work. Not to mention the hundreds, if not thousands of hours you spent in the cockpit training for your job, because nobody becomes a pilot by accident. And all of that to have a slightly bumpy landing and then have people complain about it. Whether you hear it enough or not, I just want to say thank you on behalf of myself and everybody on our flight. Within 24 hours of landing in Philadelphia, 3 out of those 4 pilots personally contacted me. One went on to say, John, in my 20 years of flying, I have never received a thank you card from a passenger. How is it even possible? These guys with such a big, significant, important job, and no one's even taking the time just to say thank you to them. And I thought, geez, if that's the case for these guys with such a big, important job, what about everybody else in their careers, in their relationships, in their marriages? Like, there's a huge appreciation deficit in the world.